Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd, and if you have not guessed, yes, it is hard to admit it, my name is Todd, and I'm a hoarder by nature. And so, I am doing my spring cleaning, and I just can't bring myself to throw things away, thinking somebody might need this, somebody might want this. So I have a pile of junk that I was planning on just tossing, and I thought there might be somebody out there that might want something, so I have like this He-Man here. He-Man, and hold on a second. There we go. My camera was sitting on something. Even though this He-Man is missing arms, I'm harmless, and he's also missing a head. His barrel still works, and I'm like, oh, I hate to throw one away. The barrel's still working. There's got to be somebody out there that has arms and a head they want to use to fix this figure. And so it was just killing me just to throw it in. I actually had it in the garbage can once, and I pulled it out just to throw it in this auction because the legs don't have any blacking on it. And usually you have like some really black, yucky stuff around the legs of this style. The legs are just a little bit loose, but what the heck? And then I have like a Prince Adam also missing a head and arms. And again, no black around the legs, but the legs are loosey-goosey. And then I just got this pile of junk like this here, which I used all the parts for a custom at one time. And this leg from a Build-A-Figure, and this arm from the Executioner Build-A-Figure, and I stole his jacket and his hat, and the rest of the figures just kind of sitting around. And so it's like I just have these random parts, a Hulk baby, you know, and it's like, what am I going to do with all this stuff? And it's just collecting dust. In fact, I think, there it is. I even have the leg attachments for a He-Man figure. Now, it's not in the best shape. It's got a little hole in it at the top up there, but, you know, I don't know if someone's going to use this to cast to make more or whatever, but there's got to be somebody that might want this stuff, and so I figured, okay, I'll just put it up on the chopping block. Where is my... Oh, chop, and just stick it up there for $1 auction. But I do want to talk about this one cool custom figure that's also going to be part of the auction, and that is this Mumm-Ra. Now, I know I've had a video all about this Mumm-Ra in the past, but I just couldn't just get rid of it without telling the story of my Mumm-Ra difficulties. So, as you guys know, I love the Thundercats, and I wanted a decent Mumm-Ra, and they didn't have one at the time. And so they had this guy here from the 2002 cartoon, I think. I don't know what year it came out. And he had his little beanie head. Little eeny beanie head. It just didn't work quite right. And he was a little taller than the other figures, but not much. Then they had like the 14-inch Mumm-Ra, I think it was. Had glow-in-the-dark parts. And I got him, and he was just way too big. Then they had this little 5-inch guy, and I decided I'm going to try to just replace his head was my goal. So I started buying crazy Mumm-Ra stuff, just trying to find a head I could use. And then I thought, you know what? This head will work pretty good. So, dun-da-da-da, I went and put his head on there. But wait, look, the skin color doesn't match. So I put a light green wash, and just that little bit of green wash. Actually, it might have been a yellow wash. You know, I think it was a yellow wash. I think I put a yellow wash on him, and that yellow wash was just enough to make the color match. Now, he was still too short, so to make him taller, I made these little leg pieces right here, which just went in between. You can see them right here, to just give him a little oomph, height. And then I gave him new boots. I gave him classic leg pieces. Here were his original leg pieces, which I'm also including. And so I just took classics pieces from I don't know, the guy with the helmet from New Adventures. I can't think of his name now. But, and just remade the little fuzz pieces on top and glued them on there. And that gave him a little extra height too. So swapping the boots out, adding the leg piece there. And you can see he's a little bit taller than the figure I made him from. Now, again, I don't need him anymore because I have now just the coolest, awesome Mumm-Ras from 7-Eleven, from Super 7. So no need to keep him, but I didn't want to just throw him away or toss him into Goodwill, because someone who gets him in Goodwill is not going to know how cool this figure was at one time. But anyway, he does come with his extra hands as well, so you can kind of handy. But next to the Super 7 Mumm-Ra, he's just lame, lame, lame. And so I had this pile of junk figures just kind of sitting in a bunch of different boxes. I had a box for the He-Man figures. I had a box for the Mumm-Ra stuff. I had a box for leftover figures from just random whatevers. And I decided just to stick all of them together in one big auction. Starting bid, $1, Mr. Krabs. So anyway, that is what this is all about. And I know it's kind of weird to make a whole video about a $1 auction, but I really wanted to explain this cool thing because I just love the way the yellow wash fixed the issue of the mismatched color. And I couldn't believe how well it worked, because I would have spent forever trying to match that paint to get it just right. And you can just see how well that matched just by putting that little yellow wash on there. And I did have to add an O-ring to his head to make it fit. And you can see the bottom I didn't wash, so it's still kind of purplish. And but it's just funny. I think I might have changed his cape out too. I think the original cape was different. I don't know where it's at now. But yeah, I think I stole his cape. You can see it's actually the smaller toys cape that I stole and put on there. And retrofit it to fit. So anyway, like I said, I have no use for this Mumm-Ra anymore. He's just way outlived his welcome, and there's no room in my case for him anymore. And I have another Mumm-Ra to open soon, and it's just time to let it go and let somebody else that might enjoy it. And who knows, maybe somebody's gonna get it because they want the Hulk baby, and they'll pay $2 for the Hulk baby and toss the rest in the garbage. Don't tell me if you do. I don't want to know you threw it away, because remember, I'm a hoarder, and so knowing they just went in the garbage would be not devastating. That's a little much, but I think he looks funny. Look at that. But oh, I also included this 3D printed head that I just made recently for a video that I have no use for. So yes, that's tossed in there too. And yeah, that's about it. Look, even a Headless original Teela. I was gonna do something with her. I used her head for a classics, not for a classics, for a Masterverse one time. And I ended up giving it to one of my granddaughters, and so that's why she's headless. But I have a video showing how to use the heads, because I actually liked the head from the original figure better. And I think I bought her on eBay originally for like $10 or something. So, and it was a pretty messed up figure to start with. You know, loose legs and bad shape, but the head was in good shape. So I pulled the head and used it. Anyway, I know I'm jabbering on too long about something that most people are like, what the heck, Hebrew? Why would you make an auction? Wow. You know, that is an excellent joint. I cannot believe it. Look. Look how smooth this joint moves, and it fits in so perfectly. I love it when they have the circular piece match so well. No weird stuff on the back end. That is spectacular. Because we don't always get that. I mean, Origins does a good job with that. But we don't get that a lot of times with newer figures where the joints actually match up. I mean, look at this. When this one bends, you can see it just looks awful. Destroys the sculpt. But this one leaves the sculpt intact. Beautiful. But I only have one arm. I don't have any other parts of the figure, so it's going in my $1 auction. All right. Anyway, let me do the hatchet one more time. Chop! $1. All right. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys next video. I know this is kind of a weird one. Bye now.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it.